Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. You're welcome back to the e-learning portal of C2Y Model College. This is js1 Business Studies for week 8, lesson 2, excuse me. It's lesson 2. Lesson 2, please. Presented by Adirogba. And the topic is source documents. The topic is source documents. We are still on bookkeeping. Please. And the topic for today is source documents. At the last class, we started bookkeeping. I told you bookkeeping is recording financial transactions. And we also looked at the importance of bookkeeping. We looked at who a bookkeeper is. Somebody that keeps records is the bookkeeper. And we also look at some of the qualities of a good bookkeeper. Then we also looked at some common practices, common bookkeeping practices. So today we shall look at source documents. What are source documents? A source document is an original record which contains the detail that supports a transaction. A source document is an original record which contains the detail that supports a transaction that takes place in the business. That is, when a transaction takes place, the document or the book where you record the transaction before it is being transferred into other accounts is what we refer to as source document. Let me take it again. A source document is an original record, the record which contains the details that supports that a transaction has taken place. So their original record before the account, the figures are being transferred to other books of accounts. That original record that shows that a transaction has taken place is what we refer to as a source document. A source document describes all the basic facts of the transaction, such as the amount to whom the transaction was made, the purpose of the transaction date, and so on. In the past, source documents were printed on paper. Source documents are usually on paper, but today, source documents may be an electronic record, which means it may be kept in the computer. So we shall look at importance of source documents, then we shall look at various examples of source documents. Don't forget, I told you source document is the original record that shows that a transaction has taken place. That is, the original record kept or made when a transaction takes place. For instance, I went to a shop to buy a good. Are you there? And I was given, after making payment, I was given a receipt. You know, the receipt shows that a transaction has taken place, isn't it? So that receipt, for example, is a source document. You know, immediately I paid. The only evidence I have that I've paid, on the only record that shows that a transaction has taken place between me and the person that sold the goods, is that receipt. Are you there? So the receipt is an example of a source document. Are you there? Okay. So shall look at importance of source documents. 1, the source document is essential to the bookkeeping and accounting. Why? Because it provides evidence that a financial transaction has occurred. So source documents are evidence that a transaction has occurred. Evidence of a transaction. 2, important data and facts. Source documents describes all the basic facts of the transaction. Like I've stated earlier, the date, the amount, to whom the transaction was made, and so on. Source documents assist in the preparation of financial statements and accurately analyzing your business activities, as information in the source documents are usually transferred to the necessary journals and ledgers. So the source documents, information in the source documents are now being transferred to other accounts for you to continue with your accounting process. Okay, so let's look at various examples of source documents. Purchase order, though we are still going to look at these source documents one after the other, but let's just list them now. We have purchase order, we have invoice, debit note, credit note, cash register, checks, receipts, deposit slips, credit memo, bank statement, payroll reports, and so on. So this is where we are going to stop today. So by the next class, or next at our next meeting. We shall be looking at the source document one after the other. Assalamu alaikum.